You feel something in your gut. Do you think you should do it?
No.
Yes?
No.
Hey, this is Mikey BU, and this is for you. One of the things I wanted to talk about today is a gut feeling. You know, some people say they listen to their heart, sometimes it comes in our minds, some people they feel it in their gut. It's just something that you know you're supposed to do. Follow those feelings. Because when you follow those feelings, and that kind of, that it just makes sense to you, you go on the most fantastic, incredible, once-in-a-lifetime experiences. And that's what we're going to talk about today. My once-in-a-lifetime experience that I got to go to Super Bowl 45. In 2011, I was working for a company, and they offered a grand prize. All we had to do was write some story. And at this time I was like flirting, oh, should I write? Should I really go into this? And I was like, if I'm that talented, if I think this is what I should do, I'm gonna go ahead and enter this contest and I'm gonna win. And I really like felt it, like it all of a sudden came upon me. It's like, hey, you have to do this. This is the only way that you're going to, like, you're gonna know that yes, this is what you're supposed to do. So yeah, I wrote it, sat down there, wrote, took me like 15 minutes, I submitted it, had this really intense feeling, like after, like even as I started to do it, it was like in my gut, I was like, you are gonna win this. At the time I was working 2 jobs. So the first job, they like you get one trip to Chicago and then you get a trip to a Super Bowl. Well, the second job I was working at, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna, like, because I felt so strongly, I went up to my boss at my second job and I was like, hey, I need these dates and these dates off. And she was like, why do you need them off? And I said, because I entered this contest, I explained, oh, I wrote it, and I was definitely gonna win, so I needed these days off. And she looked at me and she kind of like, she like thought I was a crazy person, like, she was like, okay, Mike, I totally will write this down. So she wrote down the piece of paper and she's like, I won't turn it in, because she didn't want to appear like I was a crazy guy, like asking, oh, he's going to the Super Bowl, because I hadn't even won it this time. So I'm going to put it aside, and when you get it, we're going to go ahead and submit it. And going back, my job at my work, the work that I actually entered the contest, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to win. And my boss there was like, he laughed, like he thought it was just me being me, because, you know, when you follow your gut, sometimes there will be people that think you're just crazy. Well, he just looked at me, right? He was just like, what the heck is this guy doing? So, yeah, and then when I came home, I was so excited. I started to talk to my wife, and I said, hey,
I'm gonna win this. I'm gonna win it. And everybody in the family, yeah, Michael, you're gonna win it. Even his mom was like, and he feel like he's gonna win this. And he's like, I'm gonna write this and I'm gonna win. And okay, so I just let him be, you know, himself, whatever he wants to do.
So there were 3 people that thought I was crazy at this point. My boss, my boss at the job that did the competition, my boss at my second job, and then even my wife thought I was a little, like, she believed in me, but she didn't think I could predict the future.
And then and he came that day. I won! No, he called me. I won! And I said, what? You won what? Yes! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! I said,
do I have to go? Because my wife's from the Dominican Republic, and the Super Bowl is just, it's not that big of a deal from somebody that doesn't live inside, like, that's from another country. And so she said, why don't you ask your dad? And so I go over to my dad lived across the street, so I go over and I was like, hey Dad, do you want to go to the Super Bowl with me? Vian doesn't want to go. He'd never seen an NFL football game, and to be able to go to a Super Bowl was just this dream of his. So he calls over my wife. He's like, well, Vian, do you really want to go? We can watch the kids. And my wife's like, no, I just don't want to go over. And my dad, he goes, well, Vian, we can't let the tickets go to waste. So he came with me, and I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of what our experience is. Some of the things that I really enjoyed about Super Bowl 45 was just the people, the environment, and what really goes on, and people just there were many different people in many different outfits. It was just way awesome. I also met the actor. I don't even know the actor's name. He was like grandma's boy. He's always in the Adam Sandler movies because Adam Sandler did some promotions with Jennifer Aniston during this time. But I got a picture with him. He was way cool, humble guy. Just let me take his picture. And but I really loved seeing all of the costumes, the vibe that was there, and just being able to spend the time with my dad. And just in case you guys didn't want to see a little evidence, this is the Super Bowl ticket. This is actual. This is where we were sitting. I picked up this hat there, so it was way awesome. It's kind of old, but this is the shirt I picked up at the Super Bowl, and but it was an experience. I got to experience something that not many people get to experience in this life, and to be able to do that with my dad was even more awesome. And I think that really is what we need to understand. When we have a gut feeling that we're supposed to do something, just do it, because you will go places that you never thought about, or you never thought you would get there, if you just follow your gut. So nobody requested a song from the Kazoo, so I decided to upgrade to the Didgeridoo. I still don't know the breathing techniques, but I still am working on it. So that was your little part of the Didgeridoo, and this is Mikey Be You, and just remember to be you. What was it?
Yeah.
The Didgeridoo?
No.